I just got out of Elemental, guys, and I gotta tell you, my my initial thoughts were that it was surprisingly good. I'm just like shocked that I liked a Pixar movie like I liked Elemental. Really. The reviews going into it were kind of like meh. I was just kind of like, okay, it was just going to be another kids movie, but it surprisingly blew me out of the water. It was just kind of like, what? It had some heart to it, some really, really serious heart to it. And I was like, halfway through the film, I was like, I'm really enjoying this. I'm sucked in. This has got me fully like enthralled with what's going on with the story. The synopsis reads, follows Ember and Wade in a city where fire and water, land and air residents live together. But, yeah, of course, they end up having to fall in love with each other and stuff like that, and they're like opposites and stuff like that. But this is not the movie I was expecting. Because I'll tell you this, the trailers for this movie really did not do it any justice. They were really trying to promote the whole elemental theme, like, ooh, there's 4 elements that all live in the city, and they shouldn't have gone with this road, like, because the trailers made me go, meh, I don't really want to see this. This looks kind of hokey, actually, kind of, to tell you the truth. So I went to see this with my niece, just to let you know, so I might be a little bit, not even when it's not a good movie, because I went to see Lightyear with her, and it was kind of like, I came out of that and I was like, no, this the pacing was terrible, but the pacing in this was really good, surprisingly good, and it did a great job in world building, establishing this world that they're in, and it's fantastical, like the background city and stuff like that, and it's like something out of like a Final Fantasy game or something, like Xanarkand or something. But it was just like, that was cool. I enjoyed it. And then, of course, yeah, it's like the heartbreak of he's water and she's fire. And it's mostly about her dealing with her temper, trying to be what her family wants her to be and stuff, like taking over her father's shop and stuff like that, but she's got more aspirations and stuff. That's the stuff that drew me in. And then, of course, yeah, too, there was a nice little romantic story between the two of them. And it's like, well, they can't touch each other because he'll put her out because he's water, and she'll make him evaporate but they end up finding a way to do it, and man, it works. I had a huge smile on my face, and I was just like, holy my God. You know, I saw 3 movies in the last 2 days. I saw The Flash, I saw Extraction 2, and I saw Elemental. And all 3 of those movies delivered, man. All 3 of these movies delivered. So, as an adult, I gotta tell you this, that this is one of those movies where it's kind of like, you're not gonna be rolling your eyes at all the kiddie stuff that happens in it. Like, you won't be like, oh God, just get to the more adult theme jokes that go over the... No, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. I was fairly impressed, and the voice acting in this was really good. The music in Elemental was really good. I was just like, there's one tune that goes throughout it, and I thought it was fantastic. So, Ember was played by Leah Lewis. I don't know who that is. I want to take a look at her resume. Mamadou Achi did Wade, and you were barely unrecognizable. I couldn't recognize his voice at all, because if you know this channel, you know that I saw Archive 81 on Netflix, which he was a big part of, and he was in like Jurassic World. He was in the Jurassic World movies, wasn't he? Mamadou Achi. Let's pull up his resume as well. Catherine O'Hara was Brooke. Is that the mother? Catherine O'Hara? Cinder? That's the families. Okay, nobody else really jumps off the page at me there. But yeah, the voice acting from Leah Lewis, who played Ember, was fantastic. I don't recognize her, so let's see what else she was in. Nancy Drew, Cupcakes, Bat Wheels. So she's done some voice work before, it looks like. She's also done some live action acting, it looks like. Not too much stuff there, but she did a really good job in Matlock, Tiger's Apprentice, Eternal Buzz. So it's a resume that I'm not too familiar with, but I would say that she did a fantastic job. Yeah, because as I said, there's that angle where it's like she's dealing with her temper and stuff like that, and or she tends to get all fired up. Well, she's fire, right? So it's kind of like that's what you get. And then Mamadou Achi plays Wade. He plays the guy. Yeah. He was in Jurassic World and stuff. Circle, we were going to do Underwater watch along here on the channel, but people didn't vote for it. And I want to watch Underwater again. Kirsten Stewart, 2020. He was in he wasn't in Bird Box, Black Box. Good actor though. Very good. Archive 81. And that's a season, it only had one season, but man, Elemental, guys, really good. I was surprisingly charmed by it. I would say put this on your radar if you haven't gone out to see it, because by the end, it's got some very charming sequences in it that just makes you go, wow. I was not expecting this to be this good. And that's exactly what you're going to get from Elemental, at least in my understanding. Yeah, it goes and plays with that same trope that the parents won't like her dating somebody who's water and stuff like that. But that's only like a minor part of it. You're more involved with him and her. And it's mostly just about her, which I thought was really cool. So let's go over to the tomato meter and see what people are saying about this movie. 76 by the critics, 91 by the audience. That's good, because the audience, they need to come out of the theater championing this just the way that I did, so that it gets some good word of mouth. It needs to build on its opening weekend numbers, because this is going to be one where it's like, yeah, guys, this is not your typical fare that it's like, oh, it's a passable kids movie. No, this one has actually got some really cool stuff going for it. Richard Roper says, Elemental's story of earth, wind, fire, and water isn't top-tier Pixar, but its screen-popping visuals carry the day. Well, I wouldn't say, I don't know a lot of the other Pixar stuff, guys. It's not because I don't watch a lot of kids movies. So, yeah. I was taken by the imaginative ways the animation explores societal inequities. And okay, let's talk about that briefly, because there's going to be some people out there that'll be saying like, I don't want any social justice or any kind of social commentary shoved down my throat going to these movies. No, it's not like that at all. Like, yeah, it is a metaphor that two opposites can come together and find love and stuff like that, and dealing with the tropes that the parents won't like the person that they bring home for dinner and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's not so much in your face. As I said, the story's more about her, and I like that. So don't worry about that if you're into like hating and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, there is that crowd out there that are. But Elemental was a surprise for me, guys. I really had lots of fun with this. And yeah, I'm not as high as the audience, and I can't give it a 9 out of 10. But I'm actually higher than the tomato meter by the critics. I gotta say that Elemental is probably going to be an 8 out of 10 for Elemental. And I was just like, by the end of it, as I said, I was just, wow. And there's just some really cool payoffs, because they spent the proper amount of time setting certain things up and not drawing those setups out for a long period of time. They let us be smart enough to figure out some certain things, right? And that's what I liked about Elementals. 8 out of 10. Okay. While the credits were rolling, I decided to Shazam the song that they played in it, and I think I'm going to add it to my catalog because it was that good. So the song was called Steal the Show from Elemental. Love, is that his name there? Love? Sorry if you guys can't see that. Steal the Show. Yeah, good song. So soundtrack was good. All right, guys, what did you guys think of Elemental? Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Come join us on Monday for our movie news show at 11 a.m., and we will be talking about the box office breakdown for Elemental. It came in second place under The Flash, but did it make a big enough splash at the box office? Yeah, we'll talk about that. Come join us on Mirror Domains for sure, because we talk about movies and everything like that. Hope you enjoy it, and yeah, see you next time on Mirror Domains. All right, let's take some live comments here before I move on to the next review, which is going to be The Flash. Bifer says, I saw 7 movies in the past 3 days. Elemental far worse than Turning Red. What? Turning Red is another movie? Okay. Earth Elemental got snubbed. Yeah, the other elements totally like Earth. What was Earth? Was that supposed to, were the plants supposed to be representative of Earth? Obviously the clouds were air. But they built a nice, interesting little world where more stories could take place. And if you're, yeah, the Earth, you think they would have been able to stop the water flow by just building up dirt, right? Right? But as I said, that's just minor stuff. It's mostly about Ember, and I was just really enchanted with that story, man. Really enchanted. Okay. Now, knowing that what we know, Elemental made worldwide $48.3 million with a $200 million budget. It's going to be a bomb. And I'm hoping that it's going to have enough staying power that, because next week only Asteroid City and the new comedy with Jennifer Lawrence come out, and those are both adult themed movies. Like, the kids aren't going to be interested to see Asteroid City or the rated R comedy. So I think Elemental has got both Elemental and The Flash will have a little bit of grace period. We'll have like a 1 week grace period to hopefully accrue a little bit more money. Like, the drop off shouldn't be as steady. Because I don't think Asteroid City is going to make over 30 million. I don't think the new Jennifer Lawrence comedy, raunchy comedy, is going to make over 30 million. They'll make 15 to 20 million, I think. I wouldn't. Yeah, it's just, man, Elemental. When I saw this number, my jaw was on the, like, what? Elemental cost $20 million? 200 million, sorry. We'll break this down tomorrow. Flash had a projected 220. Yeah. Guys, that's what I meant earlier, where they've really got to fix Hollywood budgets. Like, that's grotesque. It's vomitous that those budgets are that high. All right, let me just fix my posters and we'll get into talking about The Flash.